This afternoon, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, intervals of clouds and sunshine. High 82. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Like a stalled out vehicle right in the center lane, there is trouble ahead on the highways, and it could really slow down your Thanksgiving travel plans. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. We've got a lot to cover. In fact, there's already a winter storm watch set to go into effect Wednesday morning through Thanksgiving in the Northeast.
We're also dealing with the return of winter in the western Great Lakes. 3 to 7 inches of snow in Wisconsin through tonight.
And the meltdown continues in western New York after their historic snowfall. Today, we're watching closely for flooding and ice jams.
But first, there's active weather going on right now. We've got a heavy rain threat in the north and a strong to severe storm threat in the south. So, you know what? I'm going to walk them through what's happening right now. Let's start with a look at all the rain and snow into parts of the upper Midwest. We've got snow through nearly the entire state of Wisconsin, parts of the UP. As you head over into lower Michigan, it is generally rain. We are seeing rain over towards Buffalo as advertised. You have those warm temperatures as well, and then you're adding rain on top of that, so we've got to watch out for that. All right, as far as what's going on across parts of the south, we do have some thunderstorms there, and we are going to be watching some of those locations. You can see Pittsburgh has rain through parts of North Carolina, also South Carolina, South Georgia, and into the Florida Panhandle, closer to the Tallahassee area. These are going to be some of the spots where we've actually got to watch for severe weather through the day. So coastal sections of the Carolinas down into Florida and Georgia. And our own Dr. Forbes is going to be keeping a very close eye on these storms through the day, Dave.
And 46 million Americans will be traveling this week, Alex. 90% of those people will be driving, but they may face some rough weather along the way. Storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel joins us from the lab to show us what's on the horizon. Greg?
Dave, thank you very much. Travel's going to be, I think, very difficult, regardless of whether you get rain or snow on Wednesday and Thursday, all up and down from the Mid-Atlantic to the Northeast. So plan ahead, because there are going to be a lot of travel delays. Let's look at what we're talking about. We're talking about a snowstorm essentially moving up the coast. And it looks like right now that the immediate coast will not get nearly as much as they do just a little ways inland, say about 30 miles inland or so. But those inland locations could get at least 5 to 8, maybe up to 8 to 12. Pick your location on here. But notice that as you go closer to the coast, the amounts rapidly go down. And I have a feeling that if there's a shift in this forecast, you know there always is, that we're going to bring some of those heavier totals a little bit closer to the coast. So stay tuned for all that. But right now, for example, DC 1 to 3, Philly 1 to 3, maybe closer to 3, New York 1 to 3-ish. Worcester gets 8 to 12, and Boston probably in the 1 to 3. Here are the winter storm watches out right now for every county here shaded in blue. And again, stay tuned to this forecast, because I think there's a risk that maybe some of these counties even closer to the coast will get into some of those winter weather advisories. Let's look at now on Wednesday where we think the weather is going to be, and on Wednesday, the bad weather in that area shaded in pink. We think we're going to start off as a mixture of rain and snow along the I-95 corridor. Snow farther to the northwest, and perhaps some rain right along the coast, eastern Long Island, southeastern Massachusetts, coastal Jersey, Delaware, and Maryland. Wednesday night gets very difficult in the forecast. I think the snow may make it all the way to the coast. So we do have rain, snow here right along that zone. But watch out for this to turn a little bit more blue as you head through the nighttime hours, meaning more snow in this region and accumulating snow even along coastal Massachusetts, coastal Connecticut, coastal New Jersey, all the way down through Maryland and parts of Delaware as well. Of course, we all know that inland, the higher elevations of Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, New York State, even northwest Jersey, you may get pummeled by this thing that's going to still be going on, we think, on Wednesday night and Thursday morning before it all lifts out during Thanksgiving Day into the Canadian Maritimes. So really the worst travel time, I think, will be Wednesday afternoon, evening, and on into Thursday morning. Now, it's all going to depend how much snow we get on where this storm is going to be on Wednesday evening. If it's out here close to the coast, we're more likely to see rain along the coast. But I think it's most likely to be just enough offshore, meaning that the low is going to track like that and enough cold air will get drawn in to make it a snow event, primarily even all the way to the coast. Again, stay tuned for that, guys. Here's an example of what's ahead for D.C. Travel troubles galore Wednesday and Wednesday night, so plan ahead. There will be a lot of flight delays as well. Dave and Alex, back to you.
Thanks, Greg. Well, powerful storms rolled through the southeast yesterday.
Take a look at this video from Upson County, Georgia. A tree went crashing into a family's home. Luckily, they're all safe.
The National Weather Service just determined it was caused by an EF2 tornado. Now, today, the threat of storms is still out there, but it's further east. Let's bring in severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes. He's got the latest. Dr. Forbes?
Thanks, Dave. And those storms in the southeast yesterday were along a warm front. Today, it's the cold front that's coming in from the west that could trigger another round of severe thunderstorms. And that cold front is ongoing without thunderstorms up in parts of the Ohio Valley, but there are still strong winds around that. There's the surface low. It's up into Canada, but on the south flanks of that, there are some strong winds that are especially the ones right with the cold front here. But then even behind it, we have had some wind damage today. The cold front pushing its way down into the southeast states where it is still very warm and unstable. I think this evening we'll see severe weather there. Look at all these. These are not from severe thunderstorms. A couple of them had some thunderstorms with it, but mostly these are just strong winds, high wind reports and wind damage reports all across southern Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, coming into West Virginia, and now heading into parts of Pennsylvania. Here's some of the gusts right now. Cleveland still gusting 45. The front is right around the Erie, Youngstown, Zanesville, Ohio area, so that's where the strongest winds are. In fact, Canton, Akron gusted 62 miles per hour, so 40 to 60 mile per hour gusts across these Ohio Valley states. And like it's not from thunderstorms, there's no lightning showing up on here. Coming close to the Buffalo area as well, where the temperatures have gotten up to 64, hastening that snow melt up in there. Down in the southeast, we do have some lightning. None of these storms are severe. With the approach of that cold front, I think the coastal areas will begin to see this evening a little bit higher chance of severe thunderstorms. So I've put in red here, anywhere from the eastern Carolinas down to southeast Georgia, down into northeast parts of Florida, a chance for damaging wind gust or even a chance of a tornado. It's Horcon on the 2 on the 10-point scale, but look at these temperatures, 72, 73, 70, Jacksonville even 83. So this is the area we'll keep an eye out, especially this evening when that front moves into those warmest of temperatures. Still left behind, the warm front brought them in. Now tonight the cold front will take them out. Dave, Alex?
Thanks a lot, Dr. Forbes. I was checking the odds. Pittsburgh at Allegheny County Airport, wind gusts of 58 miles an hour. Not from a thunderstorm, as Dr. Forbes said, just right along that front. So be careful, especially if you're driving a high-profile vehicle.
Yeah, and problems with power outages across that part of the country as well. After a weekend in the 40s, even a few 50s, winter is back in the upper Midwest.
A winter storm warning is posted for Wisconsin. Find out how much snow will add up here by tomorrow night and why Lake Michigan could make it even worse.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there. This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this!
Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm. Low 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Monday night this fall.
What is it that produces these things?
The Weather Channel unlocks the secrets of the Earth. The all-new season continues tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Pay attention because winning Black Friday actually starts Thursday at 6 p.m. with the 1-hour guarantee.
Get top gifts at low prices guaranteed in time for Christmas, plus hundreds more items at Black Friday prices.
Then at 8 p.m., even more items unlock at crazy low prices. And it's still Thursday.
Then on Friday, between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m., get 30% off select items from top brands and departments.
Black Friday on Friday? Crazy!
So get to Walmart on Thursday.
And just never leave.
Black Friday starts Thursday at 6 p.m. Plan yours at Walmart.com.
Black Friday is here early, so let's get charged up. Let's do performance. Not there. Here, here, and here. Let's find something for the big kids without the big price tags. And take home Black Friday savings today. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Save on this DeWalt cordless combo kit with $50 tough case, now just $148.
When the game's on the line.
Okay, Patrick, let's go base, shark, blitz.
The NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
The board, he's keeping it.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Look at it outside here in Chicago, 31 degrees. We've got very light snow falling. It's still wet on the roads, but the air is getting colder, so bridges and overpasses shortly after sundown are going to ice over. And then we'll have a little bit of snow here on top of that. Now tomorrow, we've got the big Chicago tree lighting. It's a long-time tradition. It's going to be cold, not going to be snowing out there, but it is going to be cold. And still on the windy side, we're gusting over 40 miles per hour. Some delays at the airports. Here we go. Our storm is moving up into Canada. So you can see the back edge of at least the accumulating snow up here around Waukegan over to Rockford and then into Wisconsin. And it's in Wisconsin and western Michigan where we expect the heaviest snows here today and tonight. Snowfall totals could approach 10 inches in some spots. Right now we're going heavier amounts north and west of Milwaukee. Madison right in the bullseye. Appleton should get a good dose. Green Bay also 3 to 5 inches. And the same story on the east side of Lake Michigan. This storm once again moving northward, so that's about as far east as it's going to get. Those basically 2 states. And then the cold air that's just rushing in right now. Much colder air off to the north. That will continue southward. So winter returns to the Midwest. You guys know about it in the Twin Cities. It's here now in Chicago. It's making its way into Detroit as the cold front moves east at the present time. Cincinnati getting in on some colder air without the snow. So here we go temperature-wise. There we are today, huh? Just back into winter. Tomorrow, same story. And Wednesday, the same cold treatment from Old Man Winter. A little early. Alex, back to you.
Thank you, Dave. You know, over the weekend, people in western New York started that tedious task of digging out from last week's record-breaking snowstorm. The weather helped speed up the process because a big warm-up helped to melt a lot of that snow. But that warm-up might be happening too fast. Reagan Medji found the concerns quickly transitioned from snow removal to flooding.
As the temperatures continue to warm up here in western New York, neighbors are keeping an eye on the snow melt, just how fast it's melting and where it's going. Some neighbors are paying close attention to their properties. Is it going to flood? Also keeping a close watch on the creeks.
This fast-moving water is carrying chunks of ice down Buffalo Creek after an ice jam finally broke apart. Neighbors are watching closely as it gushes near their West Seneca neighborhood. In the past, Buffalo Creek flooded to where they are standing.
As long as it's making noise and it's moving, you're okay. It's when it's quiet and it ain't moving, you're in trouble.
If you look up there right now, you see that there's a helicopter. I've been told that the Sheriff's Department monitoring the creeks here. This is what people have been concerned about. All of the ice finally giving way and moving. Check that out right now.
Jim Quinn's basement has flooded before, but he's ready if it happens again.
Oh, wow, you really do have it all set up in here.
Well, them are dehumidifiers here. Pumps are down the corner.
For now, residents continue to watch and wait for the 1-2 punch of melting snow and a rising creek.
You put everything up as high as you can.
Have you already?
Oh, I have. Even on my second floor of my house, I pulled everything up and laid sandbags inside my house to keep it from coming in.
Got us once, it ain't gonna happen again.
As we said before, all eyes are on the local waterways here. Take, for instance, Cazenovia Creek. You can see debris being dragged down, also some ice here and there. If we look down to the bottom over here, you can see some ice is already built up. This is what's going to happen throughout the day as it continues to warm up and the ice continues to fall into the creek and move down to the Buffalo River. The fire department here tells me that this usually is so shallow that you can walk across it to the other side. Back to you.
Well, did you hear? New York Governor Andrew Cuomo ruffled some feathers in the weather community this weekend.
We'll let you hear what he said, the full story, and the facts right after your local on the 8s.
At Panera Bread, we're celebrating the season with our chicken tortellini Alfredo, made with 5 cheeses and topped with smoked chicken. Add a crisp classic Caesar salad for a pairing that brings comfort and joy to your dinner table. Only at Panera Bread.
Brighten your day with Panera Bread's chicken tortellini Alfredo with Caesar salad.
Hey, Tony. Dad, go wide. Set. Hi.
Nice catch. Who's ready for halftime?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna draw something out new. Wide receiver goes deep all the way to the corner. Wait a minute. Wait, the quarterback.
Share what you love with who you love. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
They're great.
You pay your auto insurance premium every month on the dot. You're like the poster child for paying on time. And then one day, you tap the bumper of a station wagon. No big deal until your insurance company jacks up your rates. You freak out. What good is having insurance if you get punished for using it? Hey, insurance companies, newsflash. Nobody's perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Maybe you didn't know, people with the flu can spread it up to 6 feet away. Or that flu can make chronic conditions worse. Maybe you didn't know any of the stuff your Rite Aid pharmacist knows. But now that you've gotten your flu shot at Rite Aid, maybe you don't need to.
Hugging a tree in average women's flannel. Hugging a tree in Duluth Trading free swinging flannel. Duluth free swinging flannel. Moving made easy. Flannel made fetching. Get it. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Creek Stewart here. Need a strategy to help you survive another Thanksgiving? Here's the plan. Locate a TV, turn it to the Weather Channel, and binge.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's a 3.
It's Bell's Black Friday sale. Doors open at 6 p.m. Thanksgiving night. Over 500 bell ringers store-wide till 1 p.m. Friday. Boots for her, just $19.99. Hard-side luggage, $29.99. 50% off sleepwear for the family. 60% off holiday decor. 50% off frozen toys and apparel. Plus, print your coupon online to take an extra $10 off when you spend $25 or more. Arrive early for a chance to win this exclusive Guy Harvey paddleboard. Bell's Black Friday sale. Doors open at 6 p.m. Thanksgiving night. Great brands, great selection, great value. Bell's.
It's the season for sugar and spice. Measuring, mixing, melting, stirring things up. It's a sip, a taste, a nibble. It's the perfect time to let us do the cooking. Find the perfect platters for your event in our Gather and Share brochure. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
And shipping is always free.
Visit DealDash.com and start bidding today.
The
the wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm. Low 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Governor Andrew Cuomo has angered many in the meteorological community with comments this weekend suggesting the National Weather Service was off in its forecast last week of the lake effect snow event in New York State.
In the last hour, however, at a press conference, the governor clarified his comments. Meanwhile, the Weather Channel reviewed the evidence, and this is what we found. Here's Sam Champion.
Over the weekend, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo suggested it was a bad forecast by the National Weather Service that left his response team less than fully prepared for the historic snowfall that buried the Buffalo area last week. Here's what the governor said on Saturday.
On the first phase, the snowfall, no one had an idea that it was going to be that much snow that fast. Snow coming down at the rate of about 5 inches per hour. No one had an idea. The Weather Service was off. When the weather detection is wrong, it's not just an annoyance anymore because you dressed them properly. When the weather detection system is off, you don't know a storm is coming, you didn't have a chance to prepare, and it can make a significant difference. And people can actually die.
That type of criticism would be justified, some say, if the federally funded meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Buffalo had missed the forecast. But the facts say they did not. The NWS office in Buffalo started getting the word out as early as Sunday, November 16th at 4 p.m., warning around 2 feet in persistent bands. Blizzard conditions, some roads may become nearly impassable. Then here's their statement from Monday, November 17th at 3:38 p.m. This has all the makings of a historic lake effect snow event. Confidence is high for feet of snow with major disruptions. And here is Tuesday's travel warning. Travel within the lake effect band is impossible. If you attempt to travel through the band, you will get stuck. If you live in the south towns, stay put. If you live in the north towns, do not try traveling to the south towns. And the National Weather Service meteorologists weren't the only ones talking about it. Here's how our experts at the Weather Channel warned about the impending lake effect snow as early as last Monday, the 17th.
Just outside of Cleveland, running all the way to Buffalo. Erie's right there. Will be anywhere from 8 to 12 to possibly 2 feet of snow.
We start cranking up the lake effect snow later on today, lasting for a couple of days.
It's going to get even worse because we are going to see feet of snow piling up anywhere from Buffalo up to the Tug Hill Plateau, coming off of both Lakes Erie and Ontario.
That was a full 48 hours before the heaviest snow hit western New York State. The weekend following the storm, Governor Cuomo stated a lack of sufficient warning underscored a need for his state to construct its own weather warning system. In fact, Cuomo already announced plans to spend millions of dollars in federal funding from recent hurricane disasters to construct a system of 125 interconnected weather stations that will report data every 1 to 15 minutes.
If you want to have a more accurate prediction of weather, you need more weather stations.
And as we just mentioned, the governor clarified the comments that he made over the weekend.
So here's what Governor Cuomo had to say this afternoon.
The weather forecast, to the extent any weather forecaster felt that they were criticized, that was not the intention. The state's weather system that we are putting in has nothing to do with this storm. We announced this back in January. And what we said back in January was we want more and precise information as soon as possible. Because with this frequency of extreme weather, not only is time money, but time can be the difference between life and death. And we want more information faster, and the way to do that is to have our own state systems.
The Weather Channel has invited Governor Cuomo on the air to discuss his comments in light of the evidence that the correct forecasts were made. He has not accepted our invitation.
Thanksgiving week is here and millions are about to hit the road.
But it looks like the weather may hit back. We are going to track travel trouble that could impact millions of Americans. We're talking car and plane.
And after severe storms caused this damage in South Georgia yesterday, we're watching for the chance of more storms this afternoon. We'll pinpoint when and where next.
But before we go, we'd like to take you to New York City, the Big Apple. Not looking too bad, but things are going to be changing around the New York metro area as we head into Wednesday. Of course, that huge travel day. Things will be messy on 95 and surrounding roadways.
Nice and warm today in New York. Holy smoke.
Changes coming.
Half-price cheeseburgers, great way to warm up for Thanksgiving.
I'm so thankful.
Thankful for maybe one friend in particular?
Thank you for reminding me that I need to thank this half-price cheeseburger.
Half-price cheeseburgers all day long on Tuesday, November 25th. This is how you Sonic.
This is a Pip.
It's part of a Hershey's bar.
We break it.
We bite it.
We sneak it.
We smush it. We savor it.
We love it.
Hershey's is mine. Yours.
Our chocolate.
Discover card. I just received a text from Discover HQ.
Yep.
We check every purchase every day and alert you if anything looks suspicious. Nice. I'm looking into some suspicious activity myself.
Madam, that is not a changing table.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the It Card at Discover.com.
Ring, ring. Progresso. I can't believe I'm eating bacon-enriched creamy cheese before my sister's wedding.
Well, it's only 100 calories, so you'll be ready for that dress.
Uh-huh.
You don't love the dress?
I love my sister.
40 flavors, 100 calories or less.
She was a good companion, eyes like the Grand Canyon. She was an American beauty. She was a long goodbye. She was the best I ever found. She was an American beauty. With her wafers on in the summer sun, her touch felt like a loaded gun. Wish I had held her long. Wish I had held her long.
My job is so hard on my hands.
The cracks were the worst part.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
There was a difference within just minutes of it absorbing into my skin.
Only O'Keefe's has given me the relief that I need.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
Aleve, all-day pain relief with just 2 pills. Get back to being you.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, busiest travel week of the year. Travel plans of millions will be affected by the weather. Get the first word on your forecast and find out what airports have the worst weather delays. Stay weather smart this Thanksgiving. Watch Wake Up with Al in America's Morning Headquarters every morning starting at 5 a.m.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm. Low 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Thanksgiving's just 3 days away, but there could be travel problems on your way to Grandma's house. Here's the forecast for New York City. This is for Wednesday, and look at that pink. That indicates probably a change from rain to snow during the day in New York City. Heavier accumulations in northwest Jersey out towards Sussex County.
And perhaps a little bit of that slushy slickness on the roads that we really hate to see on big travel days.
Yes, we do. Hey, thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wilson. The midweek storm does have the potential to cause major problems to air and to road travel. You can count on us to keep you updated. And as a reminder, if you're watching us in HD, you'll see airport delays constantly updated on the blue section just to the right of us.
And to talk more about the storm and where the rain-snow line might end up being, Dr. Greg Postel joins us. He's live in the lab. Greg?
I'll tell you what, guys. I mean, these coastal storms are nightmares to forecast. They really are. Exactly where the rain-snow line ends up being, you know, we don't exactly know yet, but the snow, I think, is going to get pretty close to the coast. So I expect high travel impacts beginning Wednesday morning and lasting all the way probably through Thursday morning, all up and down the East Coast for sure, regardless of who gets the snow. But also these effects tend to ripple outward away across the U.S., so there's going to be travel delays probably countrywide as well. Let's have a look at what we're talking about now. This is essentially a snowstorm. Most people will get snow, and those perhaps right along the immediate coast may see a mixture of rain and snow for the duration of it, but that would be confined to perhaps Cape Cod, southeastern Massachusetts, coastal Connecticut, southeastern New Jersey, and coastal Delaware. Notice that Northwest Jersey could get at least 5 to 8, maybe more than that. And central Massachusetts, we're going 8 to 12. So pick your spot on the map, and that's how much we think you're going to get. Here are the winter storm warnings out, winter storm watches out, where a good 6 to 10 inches is possible according to the Weather Service. So everybody's kind of on board with this. The question is, where does that pink and blue interface, where does that end up going? That would be the transition between a mixture of rain and snow and all snow. Wednesday, we think it'll be a little bit inland, but Wednesday night, it's going to get very close to the coast. In fact, this map just updated, guys. And if you were here a half hour ago, I was saying I think the risk is to go snowier to the coast. And that's exactly what we've done here is we've changed this. So now central Jersey, most of Connecticut, parts of Rhode Island, and even getting very close to Boston, it could be a significant snow event. Stay tuned for that Wednesday night. And then Thursday, the system moves into the Canadian Maritimes. Conditions improve dramatically, but still be windy and kind of snow showery, certainly in northeast parts of New England. Now, what's going to determine who gets how much snow is going to be determined in large part to where the storm is going to be on Wednesday night. If it's over here close to the coast, there's going to be more rain along the coast. But I think it's most likely that it will be here, slightly offshore, just enough to bring that snow, guys, to the coast on Wednesday night and accumulate significantly. Again, regardless of who gets how much snow exactly, there are going to be significant travel troubles on Wednesday night, and Thursday. New York being one of those locations, but we know D.C., Boston, all up and down the East Coast. Watch out. Significant delays ahead, unfortunately. Alex, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Postel. Well, we have a cool new forecast tool. Look at that. We're going to use it for Thanksgiving travel. I want you to take a look. These are all the airports. Obviously, the green, good. That's where we don't have delays. But as you look up into parts of the Northeast, you do see some of those oranges, reds showing up. So that would indicate some or at least moderate delays. And as we've been kind of talking about, as we get closer to Wednesday, we do expect more problems on the board. It does appear that the Northeast, that's the problem spot. Despite the snow into parts of Wisconsin, no problems at the Chicago area airports, and Detroit doing okay with that rain further up to the north. So here are some of the delays for parts of the Northeast. JFK at 53 minutes. Your airport delays at LaGuardia just under a half hour, just over a half hour out of Philadelphia. So there are your problem spots. No problems, though, for places like BWI and Boston. In the Midwest, lots of zeros on the board, and that is what we like to see, Dave.
It sure is. How about this warm weather in the Northeast this afternoon? 69 degrees now in Syracuse. It's warmer there than it is in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, what about for Thanksgiving? Well, here's what Mother Nature has in store for you with that East Coast storm. Well, by Thanksgiving Day, the snowstorm should be in Maine with some light snow falling from Erie to Buffalo again, all the way back to London, Kentucky. The Pacific Northwest remains wet. It's going to start raining here very shortly here in Seattle, and that's going to continue right through the period. Boston, there's our colder weather Wednesday with a mixed bag, rain changing to snow depending on where you are relative to the cold air. Then it dries out for Thanksgiving Day. Travel here in New York City should be also rough on Wednesday with the delays. Thursday looks fine but cold. And our next stop takes us into Atlanta. All you get in the cooler air, except you don't have any rain and snow to deal with. Let's head to Charleston, South Carolina, one of the most beautiful cities in the country, Alex.
Most beautiful and most delicious. A big bowl of shrimp and grits right before Thanksgiving would be what you wanted. Maybe even today, gloomy with those dark skies. And, you know, we've got to watch for the chance of storms across coastal parts of the Carolinas, and that would include Charleston, home of College of Charleston, where you were looking at. Let's track those storms across parts of the southeast and see where we're watching very closely now. It's off to the west of Jacksonville, and of course just up the road is Savannah. But north of Fargo, we've got some heavy rain showers. Waycross, you've seen some heavy downpours as well. And near Tallahassee, we've at least got light to moderate showers. Some of those heavier showers off towards the east of town, right along I-10. Could cause you to really hit the brakes quickly with some of that ponding of water on the roadways and low visibilities within those heavy downpours. Off into coastal South Carolina, that's where we've got some showers. Hence those very dark, gloomy skies around the Charleston area. Let's track things out as we go through the remainder of your day. And you can see those storms are really going to be staying in the same areas. We're talking between Tallahassee and Jacksonville, southeastern parts of Georgia, and coastal North and South Carolina. So if you're in the Charleston area, you need to keep that umbrella with you. And, of course, if you hear thunder, see lightning, get inside. Thunderstorms possible all the way through the late day commute, even your Monday evening and overnight hours. Tuesday morning, thunder may wake you up too.
And it sure woke us up yesterday. A strong storm destroyed at least one building in a South Georgia neighborhood last night and sent a tree crashing down on a home right where a 6-year-old boy slept. Duffy Dixon from our Georgia affiliate WXIA has more.
Right here from the outside where the window was totally ripped out from the house.
On the other side of this wall was a Brundage family sitting just moments before the storm hit.
And we heard the wind and we heard the rain, and as soon as my husband could gather all of us up, before we could get in our washer dryer room and get the door closed, the roof was rattling and all the wind was shattering the windows.
6-year-old Luke Brundage has his own description.
We protected ourselves, and then it went.
What his parents didn't realize until later is just how lucky they are. This tree fell into Luke's bedroom and came to rest right on his pillow.
Usually in the evening time on Sundays after church, he comes in and at least take a little hour nap or whatnot. But then just to know that that's where he lays his head is kind of scary.
In all, 3 homes with visible damage, but thankfully, and amazingly really, no injuries.
We're all fine. This stuff is, I mean, you can replace the superficial stuff. Probably can be replaced, but a life really can't. So
little Luke has his own explanation as to why they were all spared.
Because God was protecting us.
Well, no surprise from Western New York. They're still digging. Ahead on Weather Center Live, it's amazing what can hide under 5 feet of snow.
Things we use every day and don't appreciate until they're buried. We'll talk about it. Any guesses?
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm. Low 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
TheraFlu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. TheraFlu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. TheraFlu, serious power.
This program brought to you by TheraFlu, serious power.
Today, I'll show you some ways to get more out of your Thanksgiving meal.
And I'll show you the best way to nap.
When buying fresh green beans, look for this snap. That means they're really fresh.
And this snap means you're really napping.
Now, with your delicious Butterball turkey from Walmart, roast it upside down for the first hour.
Do this for the first hour.
Then flip it.
Ditto.
For the juiciest turkey yet.
Next, Oh, never mind.
Walmart has everything you need for your Thanksgiving meal at unbeatable prices. Guaranteed by Savings Catcher.
At Intel, they have technology you can control with gestures. Like now, she's flying a spaceship to Mars.
We're flying a plane to Detroit.
Intel, this is where it all changes.
Introducing York Minis. A bite-sized way to enjoy the full-size sensation of peppermint and rich, dark chocolate. York Minis. Get the sensation.
Cut! We all want a living room straight out of a movie set, but what if you don't have movie star money? Or a personal stylist? Or $1 million view? Well, you can still have all the style and comfort you want with the surprisingly affordable Urban Attitudes collection from Lazy Boy. You know, I do kind of miss that view. No, I mean that one.
The Black Friday sale. 0% interest for 36 months.
Urban Attitudes from Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
Black Friday is here early. So let's get charged up. Let's do performance. Not there. Here. Here and here. Let's find something for the big kids without the big price tags. And take home Black Friday savings today. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Save on this DeWalt cordless combo kit with $50 tough case, now just $148.
December 7th. Go ahead, mark your calendars. It's the last day you can switch your Medicare Part D plan. We're ready, and we can't wait to switch. What I wanted was simple, the most value for my dollar. So now that it's time, we're making the move to a plan that really works for us.
Make the switch to an AARP Medicare RX plan insured through United Healthcare. Open enrollment ends December 7th, so don't wait. Call now for a free enrollment guide, which includes a summary of plan benefits and other helpful information, or enroll right over the phone. Discover why AARP Medicare RX Part D plans are so popular with over 5 million plan members and counting. Choose a plan with low premiums or one with no annual deductible and start saving with your first prescription fill.
Plus, we'll be covered at like 60,000 pharmacies. So if we visit our kids in Portland or go anywhere in the country, we know we're covered.
Enjoy copays for as low as $1 with the Preferred Retail Pharmacy Network, which includes thousands of pharmacies and retail locations like these. United Healthcare has worked to get low costs for plan members.
I called the moment I heard about it. I even got help picking out the perfect plan for me. So did my wife. It was easy, really easy.
Get ready for a Part D plan that gives you low premiums or no annual deductible and coverage you can be happy with.
December 7th is coming. I'm glad we're switching.
Open enrollment ends December 7th, so don't wait. Make the switch to an AARP Medicare RX plan. With United Healthcare, you'll discover a great way you could save money while making sure you're taking care of yourself. So call now for a free enrollment guide, which includes a summary of plan benefits and other helpful information. Or enroll right over the phone. AARP Medicare RX plans insured through United Healthcare. Call today.
All right, time to take a look at the Buffalo area because, as expected, it's rain moving through western New York today, along with those very warm temperatures. We've been talking about those temperatures into the 60s, even 70s across this part of the country. Flood alerts are posted. We do have those flood watches in play or flood warnings, I should say, around Buffalo and East Aurora. Dunkirk, you're also under a flood warning as the rain combined with melting snow could lead to some issues. And in western New York, it takes a village to dig out from last week's snowstorm. That's exactly what happened over the weekend. Paul Goodlow found a group of volunteers who found out firsthand that a friend in need is a friend indeed.
For many in western New York, this is the sound of freedom.
I never thought I'd leave it again.
Ruth Baker spent the past 7 days behind a mountain of snow in her driveway and front porch. That's until a group of volunteers calling themselves the Suburb Shovel Crew showed up.
I just can't express my thanks to them. It's just wonderful. Oh, I got all my helpers out here.
Sean Kennedy helped organize a group of a few volunteers on social media.
It's really heavy snow.
When word got out, that few became many.
It goes to show a little bit of the power of social media, but also that people have to care to get involved in something. There's really nothing in it for us. We're just saying, hey, do you need anything? Can we help you? Are you okay? What we'll do is get out one doorway dug out for you so you can get out of your house.
All day long, Sean and his group went door to door.
I was shocked when I looked out my window and we saw two ladies come first. And now we had almost an army of help.
House by house, clearing driveways, porches, and drains. Their intention, help people return to normal, but they end up giving them so much more.
I had an 87-year-old neighbor behind me, a widow, and I was the first person to talk to her in 4 days at her front door, and I think it was more emotionally comforting than anything.
A wonderful sight to finally see the street again, but an even better feeling knowing groups like these are out helping those in need.
Thanks to Paul Goodlow for that story. And you go, Buffalo. How nice is that, Dave, that these folks were going out and, unsolicited, just saying, hey, let me help you with your porch. And that man said, I was the first person she talked to in 4 days.
I grew up in Philadelphia, and I remember big storms. It really brought out a lot of good in a lot of people.
It did, and not all about the neighborhood kids saying, hey, I'll do it for $10. Sometimes they just say, I'll do it for you just because.
I think it reminds us that we're all in this together.
We are.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's take a look outside here in Seattle. What do you say?
All right, I'd like to do that. West
Very
Coast.
cool city. This is a very cool city. We're waiting on the rain. It's cloudy right now, 45 degrees. The rain's going to be here all afternoon, or at least the rest of the afternoon, through rush hour and tonight and tomorrow. You know the old routine. It's November in the Pacific Northwest. So here's the forecast, my friend, for the entire Northwest. That's Seattle and Portland and some other just great cities. Here comes the rain. You can see the high mountain snows right now, the Olympics, and of course the Cascades. And we'll expect that to continue for the rest of the afternoon. So if you brought your bumper chute to work today, you made the right call. You watched the Weather Channel. Snowing up there in the mountains, boy, I'll tell you, this has so far been a great season for Western Canada and the Northwest U.S. Take a look at where this moisture is coming from. A very vigorous storm north of Hawaii, and then the high-level moisture all the way around back into Washington. That storm's going to get closer to us, so we're going to have more rain and snow for the next couple of days. There you go, my friend. Yellowstone, we're expecting snow. Snow every day. Seattle still wet. Portland not getting in on much of this. That ridge is going to hold. Then on Thursday, we'll get into some rain even back down into Northern California. So it's November. It's the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies, and this is just what we expect. That's pretty much what you'd see from the Farmer's Almanac if you looked at the forecast for Seattle this time of year. Alex, back to you.
Hey, Dave, there's no easy way to say it. Wednesday travel will be messy for millions on the road and in the air. We'll show you the interstates, or which interstates are at greatest risk for a slowdown. Also, the airports that are most likely to see delays. Plus, what turns a snowstorm into a whiteout? We're blinding you with science next.
Surely a vacuum shouldn't just work on carpets. Well, the Dyson DC65 has better overall performance across all floors than any other vacuum. Works for me.
Save up to $150 on select Dyson machines.
I've been out there most of my life. You name it, I've hooked it. But there's one that's always eluded me. Thought I had it in the blizzard of '93. Never even came close. Sometimes I actually think it's mocking me. What?
proud sponsor of the U.S. ski team.
Everyone sees the same sky. But when we look up, we see something amazing. This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this.
Listen to that.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm. Low 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Moses, have you come to negotiate?
I don't think so. You sent assassins to kill me. Next time, do it yourself. Remember this for eternity.
Exodus, Gods and Kings, rated PG-13.
Maybe you didn't know, people with the flu can spread it up to 6 feet away. Or that flu can make chronic conditions worse. Maybe you didn't know any of the stuff your Rite Aid pharmacist knows. But now that you've gotten your flu shot at Rite Aid, maybe you don't need to.
Discover Brookside and discover an exciting combination of tastes. Rich dark chocolate covering soft centers, flavored with exotic fruit juices. It's chocolate and fruit flavors like you've never experienced before. Discover Brookside.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Doing this all day, my feet and legs got really tired.
So I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel work insoles.
They absorb the shock of working on my feet all day.
I feel energized. I'm a believer.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel work insoles.
I'm a believer!
Average women's tees versus a gawking gopher. Duluth Trading Longtail Tees versus a gawking gopher. The Duluth Longtail.
Hello, I'm Georgia Lahosky. Walgreens and the United Nations Foundation have teamed up. Immunization is one of the world's biggest public health success stories. Yet 1 in 5 children around the world do not have access to life-saving vaccinations. At Walgreens, when you get a shot, we provide a life-saving vaccination to a child in need. Do something great for yourself and for a child in need. Get a shot and give a shot today at Walgreens.
Behavioral Health of the Palm Beaches Recovery Center for Men provides quality, evidence-based treatment to men battling addiction. Offering medical detox, expert counseling from licensed clinical therapists, and activity-based therapies, we help men overcome their addiction and rebuild their lives. We understand the unique substance abuse issues that men face and are ready to help you take your life back. Visit rehabformen.com to get your fresh start.
You say it, we build it free. Call 1-800-489-4512 today.
Need a strategy to help you survive another Thanksgiving? Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's a 3-day marathon of weather survival. Survive the feast on the Weather Channel.
Time now for your winter weather update. So I'm in the lab with Dr. Greg Postel, and we are starting with something that a lot of people just stopped and went, oh boy, this could cause me some big trouble for my travels on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's a snowstorm. I mean, look, pick your point on the map, and obviously the interior sections are going to get more than the coast, but I even think the coast is going to get significant snow out of this one. We have, 5 to 8 getting pretty close to the Connecticut coast there, so stay tuned because you know there are going to be wiggles in the forecast, and I'm thinking that the wiggles that we're going to see are going to more likely bring snow closer to the coast and pull it back from it. So this is a kind of a moving forecast, but a very important one that's going to cause a lot of travel delays beginning early Wednesday and lasting through early Thursday.
Yeah, and as we've been watching this, now some of those National Weather Service offices are posting up winter storm watches. So to steal a line from Keith Carson,
those are new.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
It is. Those are new. Those areas are new. So there's stuff that's getting closer to the coast and farther south. So guys, winter storm is developing across the region. Well, it's not developing yet, but it will be.
Right. And the National Weather Service offices are saying, hey, this is happening. Here's what you need to know because it's coming.
That's right. And you can see some of the ingredients coming together on the satellite pictures. This is so cool because, Alex, look, there's a swirly out here that is going to be one of the key players in all of this development because you can track it. If you look at the mid-level energy that we're doing here, we're sort of circled it as it moves across the United States. This is classic coastal development. If you're a winter storm lover in the Northeast, you love this.
Right, you love it. Unfortunately, if you bought plane tickets, you're like, no, but still, you kind of love it.
This is true, because when that upper level energy comes to the coast along a frontal zone, bang, we're going to get surface development here likely on Wednesday. And I want to point out something, Alex, you and I were talking about this. The front that is going to separate the really warm air, which would certainly convert everything over to rain, that is going to stay offshore. We are going to be in the cold-ish air. It's not going to be super cold like 22, but cold enough for snow. We're never really going to get into that really warm maritime air.
Okay, so the setup as we get into Wednesday and Thursday, as you mentioned, that little wiggle room still possible. So there's still question marks on this forecast.
If the low is closer to the coast, then it's more likely to be rain along the coast. If it's a little farther out to sea, which I think is actually the most likely scenario to be just enough offshore to prevent at least some of the little bit milder air coming in, it is going to be more of a snow event. The farther offshore, the more snow you're going to get along the coast, and I think that's going to be the theme as we move through the forecast over the next couple of days. So we can show you that on Wednesday, there's where the rain and snow break out, and there's the line. Look, Wednesday night, the snow line really gets close to the coast. So New York City, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, D.C., probably snow before things move on out on Thursday.
All right, so that's our early call on this. Stay with us as we update the forecast. But either way, an impactful event.
Very impactful. Travel delays big time.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Dr. Postel. Dave, back to you.
And it hit 70 today in Poughkeepsie, New York, and we got the big snow coming. Well, during the winter, a whiteout, like you can experience during a blizzard, can wreak havoc on the senses. Well, in this edition of Brainstorm, Sam Champion shows you why.
Snow reflects about 85% of sunlight. That's about 5.5 times more than grass does. And during an intense snowstorm, light is bouncing off the ground, clouds, and falling snow. This creates an encompassing, bright, milky whiteness that eliminates visual cues, like the horizon lines and shadows. They assist in depth perception and orientation. As a result, a nearby dumpster can actually appear like a distant house. And this compromised vision is especially dangerous on the road. Visibility in a whiteout can drop to just 10 feet or less than a car length. And because it takes an average driver about 0.7 of a second to react and begin braking, with only 10 feet of visibility, a car would have to be going just 6 miles an hour to avoid an accident. No faster than the speed of a light jog.
Hey, take a look at Charleston, South Carolina. Heavy rain there yesterday and more on the way today. We'll time it out for you and the rest of the Atlantic Southeast next.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm. Low 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Like a stalled out vehicle right in the center lane, there is trouble ahead on the highways, and it could really slow down your Thanksgiving travel plans. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Alex Wilson.
And I'm Dave Schwartz. A nor'easter is coming up. Now we have a lot to cover this hour. In fact, there's already a winter storm watch set to go into effect Wednesday morning through Thanksgiving in the Northeast.
We're also dealing with the return of winter in the western Great Lakes. 3 to 7 inches of snow in Wisconsin through tonight. And, of course, you know what else we're talking about.
That's right, the meltdown in western New York after the snowfall, and we got the rain. Today we're watching closely for flooding and ice jams, a possibility.
So much on our weather plate. It's like a Thanksgiving feast of weather. First, there's active weather that we've got to talk about, though, because we've got a heavy rain threat in the north and also some strong to severe storms in the south. So, hey, come on over. I'll show you what's happening right now. Well, it's totally up to you. Oh, he says go.
Do it.
I'll handle this for you. All right, we've got some severe storms possible today into parts of the southeast. We're talking about coastal sections of North and South Carolina down into southeast Georgia and into northern parts of Florida. You can see that rain around places like Buffalo, where we are concerned about the flooding and all that snow into parts of Wisconsin. Let's start, though, up into the northeast with some showers into parts of New England, including Maine, northern New York, and northern sections of New Hampshire. We've seen rain, very strong winds around western PA, western New York. You've got the rainfall as well, and that's why we are closely monitoring that threat for flooding and ice jams around Buffalo. Then we've got the snow into parts of Wisconsin, northern Illinois, Chicago. You've seen snow showers through the day, even a little bit of lower Michigan now getting in on some of that snow. We've got rain then from Green Bay over towards Alpena. Dave.
Well, this is Thanksgiving week, and of course, millions of people will be traveling this week, 46 million to be specific, and 90% of those people will be driving. But now they may face rough weather along the way in the form of rain, wind, and snow. Storm specialist Dr. Greg Postel joins us from the lab to show us what's on the horizon.
Dave, I think there will be significant travel impacts on Wednesday night, and early Thursday, all the way from the Mid-Atlantic, certainly to the Northeast, and probably ripple effects outward from there. The reason why is because a snowstorm is coming. And even if it's not all snow where you are, say along the coast, there are going to be significant travel delays there. Anyway, let's look at the map and show you our snowfall accumulation. We've got 5 to 8 and 8 to 12 in the zone of maximum snow. They're right inland, but notice that along the coast, we don't have much accumulation. At least that's our forecast now. These things do change, and I expect that if it were to change significantly, that would mean more snow to the coast rather than less snow to the coast. I think that's the risk in the forecast, so stay tuned because, you know, little tweaks always come. Let's now show you where the winter storm watch is out. This is a new map now. It's been expanded out across parts of Pennsylvania, Northern Virginia, including western New Jersey. So more and more real estate now is under a winter storm watch than they were, say, an hour ago. The Weather Service is now sort of honing in on the fact that this is going to be a pretty significant snow deal coming on Wednesday and Wednesday night. One of the reasons, or one of the factors that's going to largely determine who gets snow and who gets rain is going to be the position of the storm, the low pressure system, on Wednesday evening. If it is close to the coast, and it's possible, but not real likely, you're going to have a lot more rain here in eastern New Jersey, Long Island, southern Connecticut, and Massachusetts. But I think it is more likely to be a little bit farther offshore in this zone, and that, to me, means heading out that way that we're going to see more snow in that zone, even all the way to the coast on Wednesday night and early Thursday. Here's the forecast during the day Wednesday. The system, the coastal storm, moves up the coast from the Carolinas and then moves across the New Jersey or offshore the New Jersey shore Wednesday night. That's right now where we think during the day the rain-snow line is going to be. This is going to be a rain-snow mix. So still, even if it's not snowing, there's going to be wind, there's going to be rain, low ceilings, slippery roads, travel conditions will be difficult, I think, even on Wednesday, and of course even more so Wednesday night as that rain-snow line gets really close, if not all the way to the coast, and brings significant snow into parts of New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, again, Maine, all the way to the coast, guys. So stay tuned. There are going to be a lot of travel delays, and keep ahead of the situation if you can. Alex and Dave, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Postel.
Well, powerful storms rolled through the southeast yesterday.
Take a look at video from Upson County, Georgia. A tree went crashing into one family's home. Luckily, they are all okay, and very lucky for that.
And the National Weather Service just determined it was a tornado, and it was an EF2 tornado. So not a weak one.
No.
Now today the threat of storms is still out there, but it's a little further east and north. Let's bring in severe weather expert Dr. Greg Forbes for the latest. Dr. Forbes.
Thanks, Dave. And those storms yesterday were along a warm front. The warm front came through and left the warm air behind. So now today it's a cold front, giving the second round severe thunderstorm warning right now from around Columbia, South Carolina. We'll come back and talk about that. Here's the big picture, and there is in blue the cold front. So there are some thunderstorms down here in the southeast and the warm temperatures. Up north, though, big surface low, very strong winds around, especially the south side of that, and coming right with that blue frontal zone. So we've had 58-mile-per-hour gusts in Pittsburgh, 49 in Buffalo. Those winds probably are not going to push due east, though. You can see the upper air feature, the surface low, moving more to the north. So right now, the winds from the Ohio Valley will probably continue up into Canada rather than driving due east. Let's take a look here. Look at all the wind reports, though. These are either wind or wind damage. There's been lots of trees, branches, power lines down, and that includes now parts of West Virginia and western Pennsylvania and probably likely western New York. I don't think this strongest wind will get to New York City, though. Here's some of the winds at the moment. Look at the gusts. They're in the lower right. 43 still at Cleveland, 36 there at Buffalo, 52 at Detroit. And so a lot of this Great Lakes area, Ohio Valley, is still gusting 40 to occasionally 60 miles per hour. In the southeast, we do have lightning with these. It's not just wind, it's storms that are producing the wind. And one severe warning, some other storms that are a little strong down there in southeast parts of Georgia. So let's take a look at that one. A severe thunderstorm warning here just to the southwest and including Columbia, South Carolina, Lexington and Richland counties. Spotty damaging wind gusts coming northeast into your area. And then this one, a little below severe limits, but a little healthier cluster of storms just to the south of Waycross. That may work its way over to the Brunswick area. So might pick up in coverage as we get into the evening and include eastern parts of North and South Carolina and then down into southeast Georgia and northeast parts of Florida. And that warm front that I was talking about, or that frontal zone that I was talking about, has left temperatures 81 there, Jacksonville, 70, 71, 71, 70. It is warm. A lot warmer, in fact, in a lot of places today without all the rain in the area than it was yesterday. So the cold front coming through could give a few more severe thunderstorms today and this evening. Dave, Alex?
Thank you, Dr. Forbes. After a weekend in the 40s, even a few 50s, winter is back in the upper Midwest.
A winter storm warning is posted in Wisconsin. Find out how much snow will add up here by tomorrow night and why Lake Michigan could make it even worse.
Discover card. Hi. So it says here I can redeem my cashback bonus for cash. Do I need to have a certain amount?
Nope. Now you can redeem your cash back for any amount, anytime.
That's great.
Yeah, you can use it for a statement credit or even get the cash.
Nice. I could use that extra cash for a last-minute gift.
One less thing hanging over your head, right?
Tell me about it. Gary, you gotta go.
Who's Gary?
Mistake from last year coming back around again. Too much eggnog.
Yes!
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Now redeem your cash back for any amount, anytime. Get it at discover.com.
All right, we got one shot. Let's go twins right, 24 stretch.
24 stretch, all diamond. Twins right, 24 stretch. All diamonds on touring.
When the game's on the line.
Hit him with a hard count. See if they'll tip their hand.
The NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
They're blitzing up the gut. Get out of the pocket.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
Creek Stewart here. Need a strategy to help you survive another Thanksgiving? Here's the plan. Locate a TV, turn it to the Weather Channel, and binge. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, it's a 3-day marathon of weather survival. Survive the feast, starting Thanksgiving Day on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm. Low 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
This is Pete. Pete is helping his aunt move, so he's not thinking about tires right now. But if he were, all he'd need to know is TireRack.com. He could view the complete selection of Continental tires at TireRack.com. Then he'd have the confidence to drive safely in any weather. But Pete's not thinking about tires. Pete's thinking it would have been nice if his aunt had mentioned the Mynah Bird. TireRack.com. Find, deliver, install.
Sir, we're going to need you on the runway.
Theraflu starts to get to work in your body in just 5 minutes. Theraflu breaks you free from your worst cold and flu symptoms. Theraflu, serious power.
Black Friday is here early, so let's get charged up. Let's do performance. Not there. Here. Here and here. Let's find something for the big kids without the big price tags. And take home Black Friday savings today. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Save on this DeWalt cordless combo kit with $50 tough case, now just $148.
Here's a live look at Chicago. That's light snow falling, but it was 50 degrees at midnight last night, so the ground is still mild. Of course, the radiation does cook through the clouds, but once that sun goes down, we're going to hear reports of some icy spots on bridges and overpasses. No snow accumulation here in Chicago. That'll be further north toward the Wisconsin border and up into Wisconsin. Good to see you, my friend. I'm Dave Schwartz. It's 11 past the hour. Alex is up here in just a second. We have got ourselves a storm that is generating wind that goes from Colorado all the way to New Jersey right now. And it is strong. There have been some delays at O'Hare Airport today because of the wind. But here's the snow, and actually the snow and the rain. You see the accumulating snow up toward Milwaukee and Madison. Boy, was it coming down hard earlier. And here's our rain-snow line. Oshkosh, 32 with heavy snow at the present time. Green Bay, 36 and raining. But it's just a matter of time here in Green Bay, and about a half an hour would be the time period. Ludington, Michigan, Traverse City. On the warm side of this thing, it's raining. That will change over to snow too. It's a compact storm. A lot of it's moved into Canada, but the very southern edge of it is right in here. A lot of wind. Cleveland gusted to 64 miles per hour an hour and a half ago. But here's the rain and the snow, at least of any consequence. So there you have it. The area shaded in lilac. 5 to 8 inches. That includes Green Bay. So it's raining now. It'll change to snow and pile up tonight. And here in northwestern lower Michigan, 3 to 5, maybe 5 to 8 inches up toward Traverse City. The cold air is just blowing through town. Here is our next batch. You know, it was 72 in Syracuse. You're going to get in some of that colder air as well. The Midwest stays in the deep freeze for a while, So get used to it. Again, we had a brief break, but now old man winter is back. Alex, back to you.
Thanks, Dave. Western New York has had weather whiplash for the past 7 days. They had the record-breaking snow, warmer temperatures, rapid melting, and ice jams. People are coming out to watch the rising creeks and rivers, but should someone get too close, our Reagan Medji found fire crews are ready to respond.
We're here at one of the volunteer fire companies for West Seneca in Western New York, a place impacted by all the snow and now the thaw. They have their very own Swiftwater Rescue Team. This is one of the boats that they have in the event that possibly somebody gets caught in the swelling rivers, streams, and creeks in the area. I'm joined now by Chief Carl Radke. Now explain to me what the importance is of having this out on standby.
The importance is time is the essence. By having it ready to go,
we can get to people quickly, get them out of the danger zone as quickly as possible, which makes it safer for the people and also makes it safer for our members who are operating in these dangerous conditions. Dealing with swift water can be very treacherous, and it's always a dangerous job. And between us and the other fire companies, we have members from each company ready to go with the swift water team, and we join together and do what we got to do to get people out.
Perfect. Now, you did mention other members, and I do want to make mention that Governor Cuomo has had the Army National Guard in place, bringing in equipment. This is their own equipment. They have their own swiftwater rescue team, and they're also bringing a lot of other members from other companies in for backup.
Yes. As a town, we actually have a town-wide team between the 5 fire districts. They each have a different amount of members. On the other side of town, they have up to 18, 20 guys on each team. There's another team in the middle of town. They got another smaller boat. And as a team, we work together as a group to get this job done and help everybody out.
Okay, and real quickly, last question I have. We talked about the Cazenovia Creek. Usually, what does it look like? Because it looks like a gushing river.
Normally, this time of year, you can walk across it. It's about ankle deep in some spots. And it's calm until you get your floodwaters. And when it gets going bad. And sometimes people think they can go out in it. And that's when we get activated to go try saving them.
Okay, now when they get activated, they also have dry suits here that the guys can basically go in. And I'm going to try to rush back to show you these dry suits. I'm going to drop down my microphone.
Making coffee?
Yeah, enough for 2.
Try 4, buddy.
I'll take a dark roast.
Chai tea, please.
Honey, text the man what you want.
French vanilla. Make it strong.
The all-new Keurig 2.0 is here. Brew for one, brew for all.
Looking good, Flo.
Feeling good. Feeling real good.
Boat protection people love. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
Zantac heartburn alert. Stop. Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
True Blend has the perfect blend for each of us.
CoverGirl Pink. Blend of Rockstar and Mama Bear. Her True Blend.
Light 4. It blends in, doesn't build up for a flawless nude look.
Find your True Blend at Easy Breezy Beautiful CoverGirl.
Toenail fungus? Don't hide it, fight it with new FDA-approved Jublia. Jublia, efinaconazole 10% topical solution, is a prescription medicine proven to treat fungal infections of the toenails. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor. Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Fight it! Ask your doctor now if new Jublia is right for you.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, busiest travel week of the year. Travel plans of millions will be affected by the weather. Get the first word on your forecast and find out what airports have the worst weather delays. Stay.
How does the Dyson Ball vacuum at only $449 have better overall performance across all floors than any other vacuum?
This is an example of how we test machines. It proves ours has stronger suction than this vacuum. In fact, it has the strongest suction of any vacuum. Our ball technology turns on the spot, and with its wider cleaner head, you can cover the room faster.
Order today and you'll receive a free flat-out tool and free durable tool bag, even free shipping to your door at buydyson.com.
Meet the girl who's got everyone talking.
You're pregnant.
But I've never had sex. Critics are calling Jane the Virgin's Gina Rodriguez flat out amazing. There's nothing plain about Jane.
You are way too defensive.
I'm not defensive. She's funny, impressive, charming, ingenuous, a revelation.
I don't usually wear clamshells.
Jane the Virgin is a star vehicle, and Rodriguez is a star.
I'm having a baby.
Critics love the new series Jane the Virgin.
Tonight at 9 on CW34 WTVX.
And now at 1-866-680-4971.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night,
weeknight. Wild Weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a late night shower or thunderstorm. Low 75. Here's our 7-day outlook.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has angered many in the meteorological community with comments this weekend suggesting the National Weather Service was off on its forecast last week of the lake effect snow event in New York State.
Yeah, this afternoon, however, at a press conference, the governor clarified his comments. Meanwhile, the Weather Channel reviewed the evidence, and this is what we found. Here's Sam Champion.
Over the weekend, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo suggested it was a bad forecast by the National Weather Service that left his response team less than fully prepared for the historic snowfall that buried the Buffalo area last week. Here's what the governor said on Saturday.
On the first phase, the snowfall, no one had an idea that it was going to be that much snow that fast. Snow coming down at the rate of about 5 inches per hour. No one had an idea. The Weather Service was off. When the weather detection is wrong, it's not just an annoyance anymore because you dressed them properly. When the weather detection system is off, you don't know a storm is coming, you didn't have a chance to prepare, and it can make a significant difference. And people can actually die.
That type of criticism would be justified, some say, if the federally funded meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Buffalo had missed the forecast. But the facts say they did not. The NWS office in Buffalo started getting the word out as early as Sunday, November 16th at 4 p.m., warning around 2 feet in persistent bands. Blizzard conditions, some roads may become nearly impassable. Then here's their statement from Monday, November 17th at 3:38 p.m. This has all the makings of a historic lake effect snow event. Confidence is high for feet of snow with major disruptions. And here is Tuesday's travel warning. Travel within the lake effect band is impossible. If you attempt to travel through the band, you will get stuck. If you live in the south towns, stay put. If you live in the north towns, do not try traveling to the south towns. And the National Weather Service meteorologists weren't the only ones talking about it. Here's how our experts at the Weather Channel warned about the impending lake effect snow as early as last Monday, the 17th.
Just outside of Cleveland, running all the way to Buffalo. Erie's right there. Will be anywhere from 8 to 12 to possibly 2 feet of snow.
We start cranking up the lake effect snow later on today, lasting for a couple of days.
It's going to get even worse because we are going to see feet of snow piling up anywhere from Buffalo up to the Tug Hill Plateau, coming off of both Lakes Erie and Ontario.
That was a full 48 hours before the heaviest snow hit western New York State. The weekend following the storm, Governor Cuomo stated a lack of sufficient warning underscored a need for his state to construct its own weather warning system. In fact, Cuomo already announced plans to spend millions of dollars in federal funding from recent hurricane disasters to construct a system of 125 interconnected weather stations that will report data every 1 to 15 minutes.
If you want to have a more accurate prediction of weather, you need more weather stations.
And as we just mentioned, the governor clarified the comments he made over the weekend.
So here's what Governor Cuomo had to say this afternoon.
The weather forecast, to the extent any weather forecaster felt that they were criticized, that was not the intention. The state's weather system that we are putting in has nothing to do with this storm. We announced this back in January. And what we said back in January was we want more and precise information as soon as possible. Because with this frequency of extreme weather, not only is time money, but time can be the difference between life and death. And we want more information faster, and the way to do that is to have our own state systems.
And the Weather Channel has invited Governor Cuomo on the air to discuss his comments in light of the evidence that the correct forecasts were made. He has not accepted our invitation.
Let's take a look at the radar right now, and here we are in western New York. We've had periods of rain all day. It's been warm, and now it's windy. A high wind advisory in effect to the wee hours tonight for winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour here in Buffalo. And a lakeshore flood advisory in effect because that wind is just piling the water up right at the lakeshore.
And hard to imagine that spots in the Northeast that are seeing record warmth today are also under winter storm watches for Wednesday.
A very active week. We sure will. That's coming up on Weather Center Live. Good to have you along.
At Panera Bread, we're celebrating the season with our chicken tortellini Alfredo, made with 5 cheeses and topped with smoked chicken. Add a crisp classic Caesar salad for a pairing that brings comfort and joy to your dinner table. Only at Panera Bread.
Brighten your day with Panera Bread's chicken tortellini Alfredo with Caesar salad.
The Dyson DC-59 Motorhead has better overall performance across all floors than the top 5 best-selling full-sized vacuums, without the hassle of a cord.
Save up to $150 on select Dyson machines.
DC-59 Motorhead, 75% more brush bar power than DC-59 Animal.
In theaters this Wednesday, 4 Small Penguins, one big movie event.
We'd take this to our graves.
Agreed. DreamWorks Penguins of Madagascar, this Wednesday, rated PG.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. Here we go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. If you see it, I hope you'll let us know. Always look for the grown in Idaho seal.
Maybe you didn't know, people with the flu can spread it up to 6 feet away. Or that flu can make chronic conditions worse. Maybe you didn't know any of the stuff your Rite Aid pharmacist knows. But now that you've gotten your flu shot at Rite Aid, maybe you don't need to.
Breaking wind and average fleece. Breaking wind and Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. 3 gust-busting layers. 1 beefed-up fleece. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Her smile is so white. I was pretty stunned myself.
Removes 14 years of stains.
Crest white strips work on a deeper level than paste. Whitening toothpaste only removes surface stains, but white strips go below the enamel surface to safely remove deep stains. Don't miss our buy one, get one free offer this holiday season.
I've been out there most of my life. You name it, I've hooked it. But there's one that's always eluded me. Thought I had it in the blizzard of '93. Never even came close. Sometimes I actually think it's mocking me. What?
Audi, proud sponsor of the U.S. ski team.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, busiest travel week of the year. Travel plans of millions will be affected by the weather. Get the first word on your forecast and find out what airports have the worst weather delays. Stay weather smart this Thanksgiving. Watch Wake Up with Al in America's Morning Headquarters every morning starting at 5 a.m.
Currently in our area, 85 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy, high 82. Tuesday night, late night thunderstorms, low 75, chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Monday night this fall.
What is it that produces these things?
The Weather Channel unlocks the secrets of the Earth. The all-new season continues tonight at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Hey, Thanksgiving's just 3 days away. But there could be travel problems on your way to Grandma's house. Where's Grandpa? Here's the forecast for Boston. And it includes rain first and then snow.
Oh. I know. You know, everybody's starting to look at these travel forecasts and be like, really? You know, you're going to make it really hard for me to get to my turkey and my gravy and my stuffing?
Now, that's the forecast for Wednesday, for the travel day.
Right, but
you'll be okay once you're there.
Right, but
is that any
so
consolation?
hard to get there. I love Thanksgiving. I don't like any trouble in getting to my meal.
Well, I mean, who does?
I mean, I'm already hungry for it.
Stop your complaining. Maybe things will work out.
I hope so.
Hey, thanks for joining us this afternoon. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wilson. You know, that midweek storm does have the potential to cause major problems to air and to road travel. And you can keep up with the delays if you're watching us in HD, because you can look right to the right of us in the blue section.
Right over here?
Right over there. See
well, let's get more on this impending. Oh, it's there.
Oh, it's over there.
Of course. And you know who else is here? Dr. Greg Postel. He's live in the lab talking about this upcoming storm.
And somebody you always want to watch in HD.
Right.
Thank you guys very much. You know, let's have a look at the snowstorm that's coming. This is the big deal, right? Wednesday and Thursday, we're going to have all kinds of messy travel problems up and down the East Coast. And it is going to be rain and snow. And I think more snow, especially as we go through Wednesday night. Let's have a look at the map and show you how much snow across the region we think we're going to get. Look at this inland, 5 to 8 at least, maybe 8 to 12 along that zone from northwest Jersey into Maine. But notice as you get closer to the coast, the amounts go down quickly. In fact, right along the Jersey coast, maybe in Cape Cod, not a whole lot of snow. But I'll tell you what, you know these numbers are going to wiggle around a little bit between now and then. And I think it's more likely to wiggle this way, meaning more snow is more likely to get to the coast than not get to the... Oh my goodness! Did you see that? That just happened in front of your eyes. I'm telling you, these models are listening to me. It's bringing more and more snow. It just happened. It got updated as I was talking to you. And as I had thought all along, more snow is coming to the coast, guys. This is a big deal. And really, in earnest, the worst of it, the snow will be coming Wednesday night. But it's all going to start on Wednesday morning in the Middle Atlantic. It's kind of a mixture of rain and snow. Look at these winter storm watches right here, all the way from Maine down to Virginia, and I imagine those will be expanded too to include the coastal sections. Now, here's one of the factors that's going to lead us to determine who gets how much snow and how much. Wednesday evening, where is the storm going to be? If it is going to be out here where it's possible but not really likely, in other words, if it's this close to the coast, you're going to get less snow right along the coast. In other words, I-95 would probably be more rain than anything else. But I think it is more likely that the storm center on Wednesday evening will be out here, meaning there will be enough cold air drawn in that will bring snow not only to areas, say, 20 to 40 miles inland, but areas all the way to the shore. So this is what we've got now Wednesday. Notice that this too has changed. In case you're just tuning in, we are shrinking the area of rain mixed with snow to include those areas on Wednesday, and now moderate to perhaps heavy snow parts to the northwest of there. Now watch this Wednesday night. I bet you're going to see mostly blue on this map, and there you go. You're going to have that rain-snow mix now confined to the coast, and maybe even southeastern New Jersey, Cape May gets into part of the snow, I think, late Wednesday night. But the good news, I suppose, out of all of this is that on Thursday, the storm exits into the Canadian Maritimes, and this is what we're left with. So, for example, conditions will be rapidly improving in Boston, Burlington, Albany, Hartford, New York, and, of course, everywhere southwestward from there. So the worst of the travel is going to come Wednesday morning through early Thursday morning. Then later on in the day on Thursday, things get better. New York, let's time it out. Travel impacts will become significant on Wednesday. Air and road delays, slushy roads 1 to 3, but watch out. I think the likelihood is for that to go up more than 1 to 3 if it is going to move at all. And then on Thursday, clearing throughout the day. And you could sort of take that with you, not just in New York, but D.C. and Boston. I think conditions improve during your Thanksgiving. But unfortunately, the day that everybody's traveling on Wednesday, it's going to be really messy. Stay tuned. Alex, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Postel. We've got a cool new tool for you guys for our forecasting and Thanksgiving travel. I want you to take a look. This shows us all of the airports across the country and where the delays are right now. We see a lot of green. The good color to see as you get into those yellows and especially the reds. That's where it's indicative of some airport delays and problems. So let's talk about the Northeast, because clearly that's where we are having some of those issues right now at the airports, and talk specific delays. Now, Boston, BWI, D.C., they're all fine. But as we get down towards JFK, just under an hour for your airport delays and just over a half an hour for Philadelphia. So this is where you could see some trouble. And Dave, where you want to check in on the status of the flight before you get to the airport and then find out you're not taking off for much longer than you thought.
Yeah, right. Definitely call ahead. Well, once you get to your Thanksgiving destination, here's the weather forecast for Thursday. Now, most of us will be thankful for Thanksgiving Day weather, except in Maine and around the Great Lakes in the Pacific Northwest. That's where the inclement weather is going to be, as you can see. The snowstorm for Wednesday moves up into Maine and the southeastern Canadian provinces. Then we're left with just cold air from Chicago all the way down towards Charlotte. Then we break out to nice weather on Christmas Day, where you can throw the ball or football around outside. In Denver, 60. Phoenix, 81. Big ridge of high pressure over the west, except in Seattle. We're at the edge of some inclement weather. So here we go. Boston, Wednesday's the day. Those numbers may be revised downward, and the snow numbers may be revised upward. Here we are in New York on Thanksgiving Day. Cloudy skies, 40. So an improvement over that rain and snow we're going to have in the tri-state area on Wednesday. Here in Atlanta, you get cool Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, the coolest day, but you're nowhere near the moisture. Just a northwest wind, highs only in the 40s. And our last stop is Chi-Town. Clear, cold on Thanksgiving Day, below freezing all day long. Let's head south now to Charleston, South Carolina, where it's 71. Alex.
Hey, why not? You know, actually, I checked some of the local ops, and 73 at some of the other sites in the area. So we're talking low to mid 70s in Charleston. It's muggy as well. And oh my gosh, Dave, you look like Godzilla over the skyline of Charleston. Don't worry, College of Charleston. He was making his way back to the desk. But, you know, mild, muggy, really the theme across parts of the southeast. We're tracking thunderstorms there as we do have that warmth, that humidity in place, plenty of moisture. You're feeling it off to the west of Savannah, the rain coming down heavier. Waycross, things actually starting to lighten up for you, but you've seen some heavy rain rolling through. Panama City and off towards the west of Apalachicola, that's where some of the heavier showers are over through parts of the Florida Panhandle. And approaching Valdosta, you've got some heavier showers on your way. So if you're traveling south of Valdosta, expect to intercept those on your way. The windshield wipers being turned up and being used quickly. All right, here's the big picture. You can see that the showers and storms are all located in a line from parts of coastal North and South Carolina down into the Florida Panhandle, and this is where they'll be staying as we go through the remainder of the afternoon and evening. Notice we don't see much movement with these showers and thunderstorms, so something to keep in mind if your travel takes you this way, or if you've just got after-work plans in some of these spots. Maybe you're doing a Monday night dinner. Make sure you got the umbrella, because downtown in Charleston, as you're walking around, you're not going to want to be caught without it. And if you hear thunder, see lightning, get inside. Thunderstorms possible as we go through the remainder of the afternoon and evening, even into the overnight and early Tuesday morning. Dave.
Well, Alex, no surprise from western New York. They're still digging. Ahead on Weather Center Live, it's amazing what can hide under 5 feet of snow. Things we use every day and don't appreciate until they're buried. Watch it in western New York. Wind in Buffalo gusting to 60 miles an hour right now.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy. High 82. Tuesday night, late night thunderstorms. Low 75. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At Intel, they have technology you can control with gestures. Like now, she's flying a spaceship to Mars.
We're flying a plane to Detroit.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
Black Friday savings start right now. So let's open the door to low prices. Yeah, wide open. Let's hurry and save on appliances here and here. From top to bottom. Shop the biggest names and the season's best savings. Let's open up new possibilities with Black Friday prices. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get this Maytag or GE washer, your choice, at just $3.99.
Pay attention, because winning Black Friday actually starts Thursday at 6 p.m. with the 1-hour guarantee.
Get top gifts at low prices guaranteed in time for Christmas, plus hundreds more items at Black Friday prices.
Then at 8 p.m., even more items unlock at crazy low prices. And it's still Thursday.
Then on Friday, between 6 a.m. and 12 p.m., get 30% off select items from top brands and departments.
Black Friday on Friday? Crazy.
So get to Walmart on Thursday.
And just never leave.
Black Friday starts Thursday at 6 p.m. Plan yours at Walmart.com.
When my mom gave me my Dell Inspiron laptop, I wanted to thank her in a special way. So I unleashed the gift she gave me and made her holidays even more magical. Thanks, Mom.
When you give inspired, they get inspired. Get the Dell Inspiron 15 5000 series with an Intel Core i5 processor. And check out other Dell laptops starting at $249.99.
You know, some people have told me reverse mortgages sound too good to be true. I mean, you get cash out of your home, no monthly payments, and still own your home. There's got to be a catch, right, Jesse? Well, there isn't. It's like any other mortgage, only with a reverse mortgage, the loan's paid back when the last borrower leaves the home. In fact, reverse mortgages are based on a notion that President Reagan signed into law over 25 years ago in order to help seniors remain in their homes. If you're 62 or older and own your own home, you may qualify for a government-insured reverse mortgage with AAG that allows you to turn the equity in your home into tax-free cash. And with AAG, there are never any income or credit score requirements.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive a new free information kit, including a reverse mortgage guide and DVD, personal stories from people like you, and a brand new family guide for children and loved ones, all absolutely free with no obligation.
AAG can help you pay off credit card debt, eliminate monthly mortgage payments, and provide some real retirement security.
Call 1-800-661-0312 today to get your free AAG reverse mortgage information kit and bonus DVD.
In the kits, you'll receive a helpful 3-part guide. The first will show you how a government-insured reverse mortgage allows you to access the equity in your home as tax-free cash. 500,000 people have already done it. The second booklet contains stories told by people just like you who've had their lives changed forever using a reverse mortgage. And the third guide is full of helpful answers and information for children and loved ones.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free.
There's simply an effective way for folks just like you to get the cash you need to enjoy your retirement.
Call 1-800-661-0312 now to receive your information kit and DVD, all absolutely free. Call 1-800-661-0312 now.
AAG, the best advice for a better life.
Up in western New York, temperatures have been mild and the rain has been moving through. Right now, some heavier showers north of Rochester out over the lake. We've seen a few showers around Syracuse, down near Elmira and Bradford. But you can see Buffalo, not as much action. But the reason we're keeping a very close eye on you is because of all that snow on the ground, although definitely less of it now with those warmer temperatures. It's been melting. Ice jams and flooding a concern. Flood warning still posted across the Buffalo, at least northwest, south part of Buffalo metro area. And house fires tend to be a threat during colder temperatures due to our space heaters or unattended fireplaces, making things worse when snowfall clogs roads or makes fire hydrants impossible to reach. Meteorologist Paul Goodlow saw firsthand the struggle fire crews go through when snow makes things difficult.
Spending the morning covering the epic snow that is clogging roads and weighing down rooftops here in Lackawanna, New York, we had no idea just a few blocks away the snow was actually causing even bigger problems.
Where are the fire hydrants?
That's the problem. A three-story home caught fire in the center of town, and crews had a hard time getting water on the flames.
Anytime you have snowfall like this, it is a problem with hydrants that are buried in.
Let's start on the other side of the building, all right?
As heat from the fire grew, the threat increased to neighboring homes. Just then, neighbors took action.
The plows come by with the hydrants that are closer to the street. If residents can just shovel those out just on the one side so we can connect to them, it helps immensely.
Joe Gunner was one of those people who helped dig out a hydrant, and he would know how important it is as he spent 21 years with the fire department.
You only have so much water on the truck. You can hit it maybe, but then you could get stuck there and house burns down, people die inside, firefighters die.
In this case, the family inside got out safely, and there were no injuries. That's thanks to the quick response of fire crews and neighbors.
I'd like to thank the citizens for shoveling out the hydrant. They assisted us immensely in helping put this out. There would have been a lot more damage if we didn't have their help in actually putting it out. We were able to lay hose in and get the water on the fire as fast as possible.
But something to think about if your home does see a snowstorm in the area and you live by one of those fire hydrants, may want to just go ahead and take those proactive measures. Hopefully you'd never need it, but something you probably didn't think about.
Right. Yeah. We've got all the angles here at the Weather Channel.
We do. Luckily those neighbors were willing to step in and help dig that out.
Yes. Well, we got some breaking news from Seattle, Alex. Amtrak passenger train service is shut down between Seattle and Everett, Washington, which is north of Seattle, due to a landslide. Now, it's expected to remain blocked until Wednesday. We're working to get you live pictures of the landslide, which will obviously impact Thanksgiving travel. But for now, let's show you the weather that possibly contributed to the landslide. And it has to do with, well, rain. This is the beginning of the wet season here in the Pacific Northwest. And as we check on the radar here, you'll be able to see the green coming right in. It's still just cloudy in Seattle, but Quileute and Friday Harbor up on the coast and out here on the Sound, they're reporting rain. It's going to be a rainy rest of the afternoon and nighttime. It's that time of year. The jet stream drops southward, and in this case, it's dropped way southward in the Pacific Ocean, just north of Hawaii. There's a big ridge of high pressure in here, which is keeping California dry. It is hot and dry in Southern California right now, but in the Pacific Northwest, we're going to catch some of this precip, and that'll move into the northern central Rockies. So here's the way it looks for the next couple of days as we head toward the big Thanksgiving travel day Wednesday. Rain and snow, depending on your elevation, obviously, here in the Rocky Mountains. The ridge continues to poke northward, so our best chance of rain is tonight and tomorrow in Portland. We should probably be dry on Tuesday and maybe Wednesday. Then Thursday, the storm itself gets in here, so the rain will all the way down to Cape Blanco and maybe even Crescent City, California. So unstable, unsettled, wet, and unfortunately that landslide interrupting train travel from Seattle northward to Everett. We'll keep you posted on that story and, of course, the weather story. Alex, back to you.
Hey, Dave, there's no easy way to say it. Wednesday travel will be messy for millions on the road and in the air. We'll show you the interstates at greatest risk for a slowdown and the airports most likely to see delays. Your winter weather update is coming up.
I tried one of those bargain paper towels, but I had to use so many sheets per spill, the roll just disappeared. I knew I should have bought Bounty. Bounty is 2 times more absorbent and strong when wet. Just look how much longer Bounty lasts versus one of those bargain brand towels. And that's a good deal. Bounty, the long-lasting picker-upper. And now try new Bounty NFL prints, available at Walmart.
Ring, ring.
Progresso.
It's okay that your soup tastes like my homemade.
It's our slow-simmered vegetables and tender white meat chicken.
Apology accepted. I'm watching you, soup people.
Make it Progresso or make it yourself.
Everyone sees the same sky. But when we look up, we see something amazing. This winter, you've got to watch the Weather Channel mornings.
It's going to have wide-ranging impacts.
Winter storms are too important to cover in just a few minutes.
It's going to be brutal for a lot of people.
Because it's not just about your forecast.
That's why those temperatures stay cold.
Look at this.
Listen to that.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Currently in our area, 84 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 75. Tuesday, partly cloudy, high 82. Tuesday night, late night thunderstorms, low 75. Chance of rain 50%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The snow, the ice. Now wrap your shoes with traction with Yaktrax. Yaktrax fits almost any shoes. The flexible Yaktrax elastomer sole is surrounded with our patented steel skid lock coil. With every step, the ingenious Yaktrax coil bites into snow and ice at 100 places under each foot. On this block of ice, an ordinary shoe slips and slides. Now look at the same shoe with Yaktrax. The biting action of the Yaktrax skid lock coil helps hold every step solidly in place. They're scientifically documented to help reduce slips and falls on snow and ice. Yaktrax has even been chosen as an official supplier by the U.S. ski team. Be stable and confident in any conditions. Get a pair of Yaktrax walks right now for just $19.99 with free shipping. The ultralight Yaktrax have no spikes or sharp edges, so you can walk naturally on snow and ice. You'll wear them whenever you're outside in slippery conditions. Yaktrax makes a great gift to help keep almost anyone on their feet. Reduce the chance of a nasty fall. Get Yaktrax.
Making coffee?
Yeah, enough for two.
Try 4, buddy.
I'll take a dark roast.
Chai tea, please.
Honey, text the man what you want.
French vanilla. Make it strong. The all-new Keurig 2.0 is here. Brew for one, brew for all.
Let the Ancestry leaf guide you and reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Check.
Uh-huh.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks. Guaranteed.
Hey, pal. Remember how happy you were getting us as a holiday gift? All our wild adventures, going from one end of the living room all the way to the other? Well, feel that happy again with a new Honda Civic during Happy Honda Days. It comes with Pandora compatibility, a rear view camera, and this mysterious cave. Wow. Get something you'll love at the Happy Honda Days sales event, where all 2015 models come standard with a rear view camera.
How does the Dyson Ball vacuum at only $449 have better overall performance across all floors than any other vacuum?
This is an example of how we test machines. It proves ours has stronger suction than this vacuum. In fact, it has the strongest suction of any vacuum.
Our ball technology turns on the spot, and with its wider cleaner head, you can cover the room faster.
Order today and you'll receive a free flat-out tool and free durable tool bag, even free shipping to your door at buydyson.com.
At the Watershed, we believe in recovery.
We believe that every alcoholic and addict deserves the opportunity to be healed. Our team of addiction professionals will address the underlying causes of your addiction while treating you with dignity and respect. We've helped thousands of patients recover from this seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. Addicts can recover. Addicts do recover. No matter how hopeless the situation seems, the time to get help is now. Call the Watershed today.
56. Or go to HumanaBigBook.com. The savings are too big to miss.
Look at this.
Listen to that.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Hey, thanks for staying with us. Time now for your winter weather update. I'm in the lab with Dr. Greg Postel. And Dr. Greg, we've got a lot to talk about. You know, snow lovers excited about this, but the timing going to be pretty unfortunate for everyone who's trying to get on the roads or get on flights.
It's a problem, especially on Wednesday and Wednesday night. Really in earnest, this kicks in early Wednesday, starting in the mid-Atlantic and then moving up the coast. This is a snowstorm, and really only the immediate coastline will be spared from this. And there's a lot of snow, guys, that's coming with this. And even if you didn't get snow, you know there are going to be delays on Wednesday night with lower visibilities, lots of rain, of course. So travel both by road and by air will be hampered. Stay ahead of all of it, please.
Right. We want to warn you now so you can maybe even make arrangements to try to travel before or after.
Right. And you know, when you have a snowstorm in the Northeast, a very highly traveled area, you know the effects ripple away from that. So they will not necessarily be confined to the Northeast. I think they're going to spread nationwide out from this, unfortunately.
Yeah, especially with the airport hubs or, you know, carpooling. You might be picking somebody up further down the line and say, hey, I'm stuck here in Philly.
Yeah. I mean, right now,
good old-fashioned carpooling.
Good old-fashioned carpooling. Winter storm watch is right now in effect across a large part of the Northeast. This area has expanded today, and I expect it to continue to grow, I think, in aerial coverage overnight tonight. There'll be places that are not under winter storm watches now that tomorrow morning will be, and probably parts of New Jersey and Maryland and Virginia will be included, I think.
All right, so the makings of this system kind of already showing up, coming into play.
It doesn't look like much now. When you look at the satellite pictures, you say, come on.
This is it? This is causing us trouble?
It's one of the things. This is classic coastal development when you have an upper level circulation that moves across the United States, and once it gets offshore of the U.S. coast, there is a low level frontal zone that's already going to be there. This is one of those things that will trigger pretty quickly, I think, coastal development along the Carolinas on, say, Wednesday morning. And this is what we think is going to be in play on Wednesday afternoon. Big thing here on this map is that the frontal zone will be here. So we're not going to be getting that warm air into the coast like we sometimes do. This is not one of those situations that a strong east wind is going to turn everybody over to rain. This will likely take a track where you're going to be on the cold side of the storm throughout. Whether it's this track or this track, I think for the most part we're on the cold side of the storm. The question is, right along the coast, does that mean is it going to be 34, 35, or 32? And that really does matter.
Okay, so something that could matter for the most immediate coast. You have your kind of best guess as to where we're looking at.
Yeah, where is the storm going to be Wednesday night? Because that's going to play a big role on who gets how much snow. If the storm were to, say, be over here, we will likely see temperatures in the middle 30s right along the coast, and there'll be more rain. Okay. I think it's more likely that the storm is actually out there in that zone, meaning if the low pressure center is here, there'll be enough north wind to keep them more like in the low 30s and more snow than rain, particularly on Wednesday night as the storm moves on off toward the northeast. So I'm thinking the trend is to see more snow rather than less snow in the
northeast. And even closer to the coast. So here's the forecast for Wednesday. Huge travel day, and yeah, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, this is the tricky part right there, where the rain and snow are mixed on Wednesday. This is not going to be one of those snow events where on the snowing side you're not going to be in the low 20s and it's going to be this real powdery snow. Overall, it's going to be a fairly wet snow. There's not an Arctic high in place, but we do think it will be cold enough to bring the snow to the coast on Wednesday night, and travel will be very difficult, I think, all up and down the East Coast.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Postel. We'll check in with you again. Dave, send it back to you.
And it was in the 70s there today. We're going to have a snowstorm on Wednesday. This is Charleston, South Carolina. Temperatures in the 70s here. But heavy rain yesterday and more on the way. We'll time it out for you and the rest of the Atlantic Southeast in 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. tonight. Partly cloudy skies. A stray shower or